So, Clipperton Island is in the Pacific, and it was a pretty popular piece of property back in the 18th and 19th century. England, France, and Mexico all fought to have this island, as well as America, as they all sat back and watched. They wanted piles of guano. But after years of bickering, everyone decided that it was best to leave Italy to decide what's going to happen in the island. So in the meantime, Mexico was tasked with providing safety and food supplies to this island. And it was in the early 1910s, settlers led by Ramon Arnaud. He was in charge of guarding the island and taking care of the islanders. The islanders were all dependent upon mainland for supplies, but when the revolution broke out, the supplies started to dwindle down. Many of them all contracted scurvy and other disease, and soon there was just Arnaud left with a few soldiers and about 12 women and children. The lighthouse keeper, Victoriano Alvarez, was a pretty unassuming man who just kept to the lighthouse and to himself. Then one day, Arnaud and some of his guards all died tragically in a boating accident. I guess one of their boats flipped over. Shortly afterward, the hurricane destroyed every building on the island, and just when it seems it couldn't get any worse, Alvarez decided he'd pop out of his lighthouse, grab all the guns, toss them into the water, keep one rifle for himself, and proclaim himself king of this island. And people would, the only survivors on this island would do whatever he said. He would torture and take advantage of the women, some of them as young as 13 years old, and if anyone fought back, he'd grab his rifle and just shoot them dead. His psychopathic dictatorship lasted until July of 1917, when Tisra Rendon armed herself with a hammer and a knife and beat the living hell out of the guy till he was dead. An American warship arrived a few days later. The sailors took all the survivors, this is a picture of them all, and kept them safe. They also kept what she had done out of their official report because they didn't want her to get prosecuted for killing this dictator that was a complete psycho.